Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today in this classic review, we're going back in time and taking a look at the G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero O-ring figure, Grunt, the Falcon glider pilot. Now, I will say this, don't be expecting a glider because, well, I don't have a glider anymore. But this is my original figure, very flimsy. I did at one time have this glider. I never had the Cobra Viper, I think it's the Cobra Viper glider. That figure is the exact same as the regular Cobra Trooper. I actually looked into it. I never had that. I do remember, I vividly remember seeing all of them at KB Toys. It's actually where I got this from, is from KB Toys. But I remember seeing them up there. God, I wish my dad had the foresight to just buy them all and just store them in bins, because holy crap are those things worth a lot of money. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this guy. He is the exact same as Grunt, except for he is tan, his original helmet. We're going to take a look at everything. This is kind of going back to like Series 1, which I've kind of talked about. I'm so glad to be done with, because I'm just reviewing the same figure over and over and over. But I will kind of show you what I use with this guy, especially considering he doesn't have a... he doesn't have any weapons, and he doesn't have his glider. And as you can see behind me, you see what's going to be coming next. And I think he's actually a pretty good guy to just be the driver of this transport, this APC. But anyway, let's get into this. Tell me if you have the glider. Hell, tell me if you still have the glider, and you're like, hey, you know what? I want to donate it to Punk's museum in his G.I. Joe room basement, because I'll gladly accept one. I'll even gladly accept one that isn't that's 3D printed or whatever. Anyway, I don't know why I said that. Please, let's take a look at this figure. If you like this type of content, maybe you just think that I'm kind of funny, or maybe you hate watch me. I don't care. Take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop the G.I. Joe classic reviews. Alright, so here we have our Grunt, the Falcon glider, the tan Grunt, that I know, I can only imagine that we'll probably get this thing classified. So this should be a fairly easy one to go over, as I've already done Series 1, and as we know, wow, they're all the exact same figures for the most part. So he does come with a tan helmet. Again, still has the holes if you wanted to put a visor on it, just because it's the same mold. Again, nice detail right here around the ears. And these all fit on pretty well. You can see this is kind of beat up. And yes, this is my original one. Now, I no longer have a glider. As, wow, if you have a glider, congratulations. Because those things, let's be honest, are pretty beat up. So, looking at them here, we're going to take a look at the hair, which we've seen with, again, same face sculpt as a lot of the other figures. Not only Grunt, Zap, you know, and a few other. So you do have a little bit of texture here in the hair, just so it doesn't look just like it's a matted down, which is perfectly fine. You get the eyebrows here. Eyes are painted the exact same. Little dot right there, and then right up on top of it that gives it a little bit of depth. Nose, mouth, all look the same, along with the ears. Now here we're going to take a look at everything, and I do like this. So here you have his load-bearing, not vest, but load-bearing, I forget what it's called. Straps, anyway. So he has the pineapple grenade. You can even see the little pin there. You got the handle there. And then you have his knife here. And again, this is all painted black, and this is just kind of left being its tan color. Here we have the pouches that sit up there. And this is what I really like about these designs, is the original ones had these little loops that are made to keep this where it's supposed to go. Now, this is not something that I think that most designers would have thought of, but this is so this load-bearing, it's not a load-bearing vest because it's not a vest, but anyway, it's not going to move around. And it goes into this Y strap. Obviously, you have the where you can fix them, take them apart, or put a backpack in them, and then it goes right down into where you even have a latch right there. As for the belt, there you go. And as I keep mentioning now, they still had loops. For some odd reason, they did away with the loops. One loop right there. So it's going to hold the belt right in place. Here we have the little Hasbro logo. Again, if you're new, you haven't seen the old ones, go back and watch it. That is the Hasbro house, and that is an H behind it. That was hidden in. I never noticed it. As for his arms, a couple little pouches right there. Painted green, so it does look, it just gives it a little bit of depth there. All the way down, and I always love this here. This really showed the detail that you were having. It has little cuffs. It's going to be a little bit of elastic, so you don't have wind and everything just kind of burrowing up there. On the sides here, we have the same leg that we've seen numerous times with some sort of device in it, and over on this side, just a pouch. Get down to the boots here. They always painted down the middle, or at least normally painted down the middle. I assume these are kind of latches, kind of like snowboard bindings, ski boots, and it looks like just a little bit of pouches right on the sides here. So this guy is pretty loose. He doesn't stand all that well, but I said, like, I don't have the glider, so I either use him as a guard with Grunt. So there's his helmet, and if you have the accessory packs, Grunt's accessory pack in his for the G.I. Joe accessory packs, his little backpack was in almost the exact same tan color as Grunt. And then obviously, more than likely, many of us have the exact same M16 that came with Grunt, whether you get it in the accessory pack or in one of the multiple versions, multiple things that it came with. I know it came with the tactical battle platform, came with a couple of the armory sets. So this is how my tan Grunt sits, as he's more of a guard than anything. I did put him in here because, well, he's coming right before the APC, and I thought, well, a guy like this, what better way to have than, since he doesn't have his Falcon glider, let's make him the driver of the APC. So there you go. That is the A Real American Hero classic review of the G.I. Joe tan Grunt, who's actually the Falcon glider. And like I said, I don't have a glider. If you have one and want to send it to me, I am more than happy to accept it. Alright, so there you have it. That is Grunt, and as you can see, due to the accessory backpack for Grunt, and I think this is actually the real gun. I don't think that's an accessory pack, but I always use the accessory pack. You have a tan Grunt with the proper color backpack, his M16, which is probably way too small. But anyway, let me know if you did this. Maybe you armed your Grunt up just like this if you had the Falcon glider. But again, I think he looks really good. It makes me say, hey, you know what? Give us a tan Grunt and classified. I really wouldn't mind it. So anyway, there you go. Tell me a story. I'd love to hear it. Did you take the glider and make it try and throw it like the paper airplane, because they were meant to glide? And now look back at it and going, boy, did I just throw a lot of money away. There's a reason why I'm starting to be so slap happy. And let me just tell you, I don't do one review at a time. Alright, please, if you like this type of stuff, if you like the content, take a second and hit the like button. Like I said, even if you didn't like it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a G.I. Joe Classified, or G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero Classic review. But I know what you're saying. Hey, you know what? Do you have one where you're not as crazy or not losing it? Well, sure. Right up here, Tripwire, that will be here, and down here will be the playlist of all the classic reviews that I've done. Take care.